to another video today. I wanted to talk about an idea I came up with, not necessarily for Battlefield 4. This idea, I think, personally, could work a whole lot better with Battlefield Hardline, but we'll see. So, as you can tell by the title, this is called 30,000 feet, so has something to do with a plane. You could say this idea could be plain boring. I just had to wing it. I'm terribly sorry. I'll stop the plane jokes, but I wanted to kind of talk about an idea of a plane-based multiplayer map. Now, back when I used to play Bad Company 2, Call of Duty 4, especially Call of Duty 4, because if you've ever played the single-player campaign of Call of Duty 4, you'll know once you complete the whole entire thing, you'll unlock a arcade mode. Now, that arcade mode is called the Mile High Club. In that kind of mission, you had to storm a jumbo jet which was taken over by terrorists, and they're holding somebody hostage. That's really, really cool. And I've always wanted to see a plane as kind of a multiplayer map. But there's a lot of problems that come with a plane, because it's very straightforward, it's very straight lined. So there's one corridor, there's a few chairs either side, maybe the cockpit and the back end of the plane are kind of the only two rooms you can actually enter, of which doesn't sound all too interesting. But I was more directing this idea towards game modes in Battlefield 4 such as Defuse, because I think a plane-based map such as this would work tremendously well with not only lower player counts, but also kind of a search and destroy-esque game mode, such as Defuse. The problem with Defuse is not a lot of people play it. The only time I actually played Defuse was, I think, back when Battlefield 4 kind of first launched, and from there on in, Defuse only got more unpopular. I think it became unpopular to start with because of the issues, and I think it's one of those game modes that kind of took off like tank superiority. So, kind of a shame, but I think maps focused around certain game modes would be awesome, but for this particular idea, a plane. Now, what could you really do with a plane? Say it was focused just around Defuse, where there was a bomb site, you had to try and protect it, and the other team had to try and destroy it. That's pretty straightforward, but you could have certain elements where the bomb could be planted anywhere in the plane, because if you have one place, you can kind of guard it pretty easily. So, say you can crawl under the seats and just plant the bomb anywhere. Say it's a suitcase, that might be very controversial, but I think that'd be really quite cool. Maybe just the element where you can crawl under the seats, maybe blow holes in the side of the wall, or perhaps just blow out windows. That'd be quite cool, but what's the point of blowing out a window when it's going to do nothing? Possibly, it could just create a kind of suction effect when somebody got near it, they just got sucked out of the plane. That would be absolutely hilarious, but I can only imagine 4 people on either side taking grenade launchers. Simultaneously, they fire the grenade launchers, and everyone at the same exact moment gets sucked out of the plane. That would be incredible. But besides that, really, I can't really think of any other destruction elements besides of course interior-based destruction with chairs, walls, etc, etc. Maybe perhaps you can destroy the back end of the plane. Maybe once the bomb goes off, the back end of the plane just falls off and you're left with half a map. The only problem I see with that is the map itself would be fairly small, so you're basically cutting this tiny map in half, which doesn't sound all too great. But then again, Battlefield 4 does like to go all out with destruction. Skyscraper, dam, flooding a map, etc, etc. So anything's possible. But that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about with this plane-based map. Of course, there's no saying it's ever going to happen for Battlefield 4. I'm not really too sure what they can really do with Battlefield 4, because of course we're coming up to Final Stand, which is basically here, so I don't think there's any room or time to add another map such as this. Of course, Battlefield Hardline, might have something similar. It seems a bit too out of the way of Battlefield, because Battlefield is renowned for massive open maps. Maybe if you started off in the plane, and then once the plane was destroyed, or the back end at least, you could jump into the map, the proper map down on the ground itself. I don't know. But the idea itself still stands, where I think maps based around game modes instead of game modes based around every single map would be a whole lot better. I do hope for Battlefield Hardline they somewhat do that. Possibly create maps just for Rush, some maps just for Conquest. I mean, most maps in Battlefield do work for Conquest, where it's just everything's open, you got a few flags to capture. I mean, what could possibly go wrong with that? But I think maps based around Rush would be incredible. Of course, we'll have to wait and see. Do let me know in the comment section below what you think of this plane-based multiplayer map. Would you possibly like to see this in a future Battlefield title, or do you think it's just pointless? Let me know down below. Nonetheless, I do hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, until next time.